Yeah, everything's great here, right?
I love this place.
You know what else is great? Leaving a relationship when you want to leave the relationship and
Real.
not staying any ounce longer. Don't you agree with me?
I agree with
I
you.
agree.
Yeah.
Okay, well, a woman went viral on TikTok for sharing why she left her relationship. So now I want you guys to give me 2 reasons why you would leave a relationship. Whether that be a stupid reason, a good reason, a funny reason, whatever. Just give me those 2 reasons, Justin.
Oh, you're going with me first? Thank you. As soon as they pass gas, we're done.
Wow.
I don't care.
All right.
I don't want to know that any of that goes on. I don't want to know that you go to the bathroom. You better hide that from me. I don't want to know about it. Even if it's in your sleep and it happens to happen and I'm awake and I hear it or smell it, it's over.
If it's a smell,
Oh my
forget about
god!
it.
Oh, if there's
I
a
can't
smell?
believe a woman farts.
That's very interesting because most guys, they say that they want their woman to fart around them.
Oh.
I mean, pass gas or whatever. I
Yeah,
don't know
pass
what it
gas. Let's say it.
Yeah, I really want
I don't feel like getting yelled at. We gotta say it like we're in first grade. Pass the gas. So yes,
a little toot.
as soon as that happens, done. Relationship's over. I don't care if we have kids. You could keep the kids.
Jeez.
They probably do the same thing. I don't want them. You take them.
That is insane. You know, let me hear this next reason.
The other reason is
That's
I
outlandish.
have a very dark sense of humor.
Okay.
Very, very much so.
Yeah, I'm
And-
very surprised by that.
and I pretty much laugh at anything. I would hate if I was in a relationship with somebody and they have no issue laughing at certain things, and then things that are, in my opinion, equally as offensive offends them. Because
Okay.
it's a weird double standard. If dark comedy's not your thing, I understand it. But I've noticed that here. I've noticed that when talking with individuals that they have no problem. I probably brought this up on the show before, actually. I've noticed, I'm not going to say here, but I have noticed it here. People have no issue making anti-Semitic jokes. It's like, I swear to God.
Really?
I swear to
Yeah,
God. I
that
hear
is
it all.
weird.
I'm like, why is that allowed? And again, nothing offends
Finally,
me.
someone said it.
It doesn't offend me. It doesn't offend me because, again, nothing offends me. But it's just weird that, like, if I was to make a different type of joke, that person that I know made that joke would be like, what? How dare you say that? But then they were making, like, Nazi jokes. I'm like, dude, pick or choose. You can't be this woke person in some aspects and then be offended by every, it's bizarre. So for me personally, I would like somebody that isn't like that. If I found out somebody gets offended by certain things and doesn't get offended by other things, that's an automatic, I'm leaving you. I'm sorry. It's just a weird double standard.
Automatic.
Automatic
Out of
gone.
here. On to the next. On to the next.
I can't believe I actually
one.
kind of agreed with you, Justin.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Very
a
weird.
first.
There was a turning point.
I think we're starting to get along a lot better here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
At 90.3 WHPC.
Maybe we won't have our own our daily physical fight after the show today.
Ah, come on. I've been preparing all week.
So,
Yeah, but
I brought the
you
brass
lost to
knuckles.
a groundhog, so
Yeah, that's true.
okay, so yes, Antonio, what are 2 reasons
Ooh,
why
I'm
you're in a
next.
relationship? Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
I would say like I leave a relationship. I feel very firmly on like being like called names / being yelled at. My whole life I've been like yelled at growing up. Like that was my mom's way of like, I don't know, like I guess teaching me how to be. Like she didn't like hit me growing up. She like yelled at me. So like I feel like the moment like my significant other will like yell at me or like call me names and like say like I'm stupid or I'm an idiot, like just really degrade me. I think like I can never look at her the same. I think that's what happened in my last relationship. Ever since then I wasn't able to like really see her the same way I did when I first met her. I'm just like, nah, you're like a different person. Like you get too comfortable and you start yelling at me. Like I don't know who you think you are.
I think of that way for anytime a
yes.
boss yells at me, I go, dude, you're not my dad. There's a
Yeah.
better way to communicate. Like, you're not talking to me that way. I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
take a deep breath.
Speak to me. What's the issue? And then come back to
Right.
me when you can
'Cause,
communicate
I mean,
in a
you guys-
proper way.
I feel you guys know me enough. I'm a very like calm person. I don't be like raising my voice a lot much. I'm very understanding. I like try to like listen to everybody's like thoughts, like things like that. But basically when that happens, I'm just like, oh gosh, I can't deal with this. Like I already have a mom. I don't need 2.
Yeah, see? And you know it's funny that you say that because a lot of guys I've heard go for people that remind them of their mom,
Yeah.
whether that be positive
Really?
or toxic. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, I've
actually
heard-
I'm not
dating
sure
my
how I
mom.
would do
at the
that.
moment.
Okay, Justin.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I've heard the opposite though.
I think I
also.
agree with you, Destiny, because like I feel like that's why I stayed in it so long, because this was my first relationship. So I thought that's how relationships go. Like I thought like, oh, maybe like you're supposed to be reminded of your mother because like you lose a mother and you gain another one. But that's just not what's supposed to happen. You know what I mean? Like I don't really get relationships at first, and now that I do, I'm like, nah, that's not healthy at all.
Right.
So like, you shouldn't be with that. Like, you know, it's probably bad that she probably reminds you of your mom. Like, you know what I mean?
Unless it's in a positive way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she changes your diapers and
No.
stuff.
Yeah,
I'm into that.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
Okay.
nice. I'd like
I
that.
go, Mommy, I need changey.
Oh my
That's nice.
goodness.
Yeah, I'll think about that. I'll write that down. Anyway, but basically, my
So
second
that one
one.
and
The second one would have to be like just being like weird on like the social medias. Like,
What you mean by that?
Like for example, like I had this instance where like with my ex that she posted me on her Instagram, but she cut my face off, like half my face. Like,
Oh, you don't like that?
Like that?
and she was like, "Well, yeah, I don't want anyone to like see how like attractive you are." And I'm like, "What are you talking?"
Oh,
that was alright.
boy. She
That
was one of
was-
those types of girls,
And
right?
does she think that somebody's going to like DM you being like, yo, give me his number?
right.
He looks so good in that
none of that makes
Instagram
any
post.
sense. So like, I was like really weary about that. I'm
pretty
like, I
weird.
posted your whole face on my gram, and on my story it was just you. So like, I don't know what we're talking about here. So like, I've always had a problem with social medias. Like I feel as if though like I never really understand them like the way that like someone else will compared to me. Like I don't know in terms of that way. So like when that happened, and she posted my whole like person like in the picture. Like I'm in the picture. It's just me, not even me and her. Like she decided to post a picture of me, but cut my face down where it's just my lips to my down.
Was she
And
one
I'm
of
like,
those?
what's in this picture besides like my hair that hits
That
my
is so
shoulders
weird.
and like my body?
Was she one of those like girls that are like kind of like
But
they're kind of scared of you falling in love with someone else?
she was very jealous at
Good-
times.
yeah, like
and,
a jealous, that's what I'm
she was
trying to
very
say.
insecure, so that might have been why. But just that one thing like really struck a nerve in me. I'm like, I don't get this point. It seems to me like you don't want people knowing that you have a boyfriend if you're just posting half my face on there.
Because I know that's a thing that happens a lot.
Yeah, no, that one really had me going. So I'm gonna say that right there. Like, don't be if you're gonna post me, actually post me. Don't cut my face half off. Don't like not tag me. Don't like delete my comments or put a comment on there. I don't really know things
I
like
want to
that.
give a different perspective after Justin.
Well, my ex signed into my Twitter and unfollowed all the porn stars I was following.
You know what?
Okay, first off, why are you following porn stars?
Because
On
they're
Twitter.
awesome.
when you're dating.
Why the hell
Educational
not?
purposes.
Why the hell not?
Justin, this is why you can't find true love.
If you're married or in a relationship, you can still find porn stars attractive.
No, you
Oh,
can't.
Of course you can.
Well, yes, you
attractive,
can, but-
yes, but follow them, no.
Yes, that's what I was
Why
about
the
to
hell
say.
not? They're people. I like
Because
their tweets. They have good
They're
tweets.
artists.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
No, but what I was gonna say to Antonio was what I see a lot of girls do too is it's for the aesthetic more so.
That's what
like-
you said too. Aesthetic. Aesthetic. My ass. There's
Yeah.
there's no picture of her like that. So
But it's like okay, let me explain it to you because I mean,
Oh,
for
she's
me,
gonna mansplain.
For me,
Oh, boy.
yeah, for me though, like I probably wouldn't post my significant other if I feel like I have to do it for aesthetic. Like it's like you're trying to please everybody else and just show off that I have a boyfriend, but I don't want you to see who it is. But it's not so much I'm trying to hide you. It's just like, but I'm trying to hide you at the same time.
That's-
like, it's like a
it is that
mysterious
then.
thing. It's like a mysterious thing. Like
yeah,
I have a boyfriend.
mystery is
but
nothing. We've been
you-
together for like 8 months. No mystery.
Oh, okay.
Frick
I
that,
thought it was
yo.
just in the beginning. I thought it was like the
Nah.
start.
Yeah, you
so
the
if
whole
you
trip
8
though.
months in and you still
Yeah.
acting like that, it's like, come on, girl.
That's why I was just like, nah, I can't be
So
with
that
this
makes
anymore.
sense.
Yeah.
You know what I never understood? Just to like piggyback on that a little bit. When parents post pictures of their kids, but they blur their faces, it's like, why are you even posting the pictures?
Yeah, if you're gonna
it happens
post
all the time.
Celebrities
No,
do it a
I
that's
lot.
see that all the
different.
time.
No,
Like,
that's
Well, then just don't post the picture.
I-
then don't
Personally-
put your kids on your social media.
Yes, I agree with Frank. I do not think you should be posting kids online. I'd much rather a parent blur their child's face than not blur their child's face. But personally, I am totally against posting
Well, I
your kids
don't.
online.
Well, I don't.
I'm not against that.
I mean,
I post my
Of
niece
course
all the
you're not,
time.
Justin.
I'm not
I post my
against
niece
it.
and nephew all the time. I'm proud of them. Like, you just because there's like some weirdos out there,
Yeah.
like
Wait.
I'm not gonna stop like showing my love and affection for my niece and nephew just because, God forbid, some creep. First of all, my social media is private, so I'm not gonna be shown to anybody. Number one, number two, they're awesome. I want the whole world to know who my niece and nephew are. I post them on TikTok, fighting with me. I love those
I think they're
kids.
pretty
I'm not
Yeah, of
against.
course, and
I'm
that's
not
totally-
against it. I'm not against people posting their kids, but if you're gonna blur their faces, what's the point?
yeah.
I get it, but also to piggyback on what Justin said, I totally understand that you're proud of your niece and nephew, but also keep in mind that as an adult, you have to make sure that you're looking out for them first and what's good for their future and what's good when it comes to exposing them to the world. Because yeah, like you mentioned, there are creeps online, and what are they going to do with that content that you've provided them with.
Justin's like a private account. He hasn't even
This
followed my
creeps
dad
in
back
real
yet.
life too, though.
He follows me?
He's trying to.
Your father trying to follow Justin?
Yeah, he says like he
Why?
like every time he hears the radio, he relates the most to Justin because he talks about like wrestling and like.
He's
old
an older
rappers.
guy. I'm an older guy.
Yeah,
Hey.
they're around the same age.
He liked
You
the
got-
music we were playing last week.
Yeah.
He
They
liked
should go-
OPP.
They should go on a date.
Yeah, no. not really.
I could be your daddy.
You know what?
Number
Okay.
two.
Look at that.
So that was Antonio's reasons was because his ex was trying to be, mysterious.
Mad suspicious. I vote her out.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be
No,
suspicious.
my
That
God.
song. That song.
My apologies. I
boy,
forgot
but
the
yeah,
other
the
one.
other
I gotta
was,
remember. Do I remember that song? When did that come out?
It's
called,
from a show. It's from the show
Guys, I'm
Parks
trying
and
to
Rec.
hear Antonio.
Okay, that's where I know it from. My sister's a big Parks and Rec.
That's all right.
Right.
I'll
Let
let
him
myself
keep
out of this 80s
No, I didn't. I didn't know. I thought that sounded familiar. I'm sorry.
Still going.
It's still going. Thank you for asking, Destiny. My second reason was being degraded and being called names.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the reason why we're talking about 2 valid reasons to leave a relationship is because a woman on TikTok was talking about a reason why she left her relationship, which is very interesting, the reason. But before we get into that, Sandy.
Wow.
what are 2
Okay, I'm
reasons to
next.
leave a relationship?
Yippee. Okay, so this one's going to be a very, very controversial opinion, and I know someone in this room will definitely have something to say.
Why am I
I say?
surprised?
I wonder. Anyways, I think it's totally valid to leave a relationship over conflicting political views. I'm not saying if you guys have conflicting political views, you have to break up. It's not my relationship.
It's
It
just in
definitely
the future.
depends.
I don't know.
But
I'm
I
not.
definitely believe that it is a valid reason to leave a relationship.
I guess it depends on like.
Of course, it's not black and white.
Because I'm not really that much of a political person anymore.
Yeah, Sandy,
Yeah.
did you vote?
What?
Did you vote?
I did.
Oh, okay. So I was wondering how much you're into politics.
She's a
'cause,
full-blown Republican. You don't know
I
that?
am.
I didn't know. No.
I
I
think
am.
it matters because, like, you see how Frank said he's not really a political person, so it
Yeah.
wouldn't really apply to you because you don't really care that much.
Yeah,
but
I'm
for
with Frank.
someone
I'm with
who's
Frank on this one.
yeah, if
Yeah.
you're someone who cares about it, then yeah, that is a
Yeah,
valid
of
reason.
course.
Yeah, I
I'm
could
not saying,
see.
like I'm saying, it's not black and white. I'm not saying like if you guys have conflicting political views, you have to break up. I'm just saying it's definitely a very valid reason.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
personally, I'm just not really sure how it could be with someone that sees the world in such a different way than me.
I wouldn't date anybody that's political to
At
begin
all.
with. If
Yeah,
that
I'm
was like
with
their
that.
whole like personality trait was like politics, I'd be like, all right, we're done.
Yeah. Of
If that's
course.
it's that if I'm dating someone and our whole relationship is just arguing about who's better than the other, who's the better politician, what side is better.
Then what's
I
the
don't
point?
I don't see that relationship ever working.
I think it
feels-
could. I think it definitely could. I know some old school families that have, one person lean one way, the other person lean the other way. It can work.
Right.
It's just about
Yeah.
maturity
I
and
feel like you
listening
gotta
to the
be
other
civil.
person.
It
definitely
In
just-
this day and age, if you have a different political belief with somebody, it's like they are the devil. But back in the day, it was like, okay, we're all Americans. We have different opinions.
And we can have our opinions
Yes.
because we're America.
But
Yeah, and I
there we
get that.
go.
But the thing is, personally, I think that politics don't really weigh the same as like an opinion. Because keep in mind, a lot of politics do affect real life things. Because, for example, I don't believe this, but what if I said, oh, I think the Star Wars trilogy sucks. Like, I hate Star Wars. Somebody else could say, oh, but I love Star Wars, and that's an opinion.
Yes.
How I feel about Star Wars wouldn't affect someone else. But if somebody else were to say something like, I don't think gay marriage should be legalized, and that affects people who are gay. Because then, since you have that belief, that means that you might not even be able to get married, you might not be able to
You would-
adopt a kid. Like,
Now I know political figures talk about things like that and also pro-life, pro-choice, but you would count that as political?
I feel like I would count that as
Yeah,
political.
because
yes.
yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm curious
Yeah,
about
'cause-
because like when I think politics, all I'm thinking about is like taxes, whether their state income should
That's
be blah,
more
blah,
so
blah.
economic stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I feel
say
like
that's
also-
too.
stuff, economic.
I
and all
feel
that
like
stuff,
for
yeah.
the most part, I'm mostly talking about social stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Economic stuff is kind of like
That's why I was
I
thinking
mean,
about
Not great.
political figures do talk about that, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's more economic stuff
Got
than
you.
political.
You know what I think of when you say like also like political views like being conflicting? I think of like one mate going for someone in office and then another one, and then they both like have different signs in the yard.
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
who's
yeah,
gonna say that?
the yard
funny.
signs.
Yeah.
Man, those things are everywhere whenever a massive thing happens. Like when the governor's race was happening this
Oh yes,
November.
that was all over. Some of them was
People-
in the street. I'm like, what the heck going on?
Oh yeah, when I did an event, a promotional event for the radio station at the Belmore Street Fair, and right across from where our booth was, there was a booth of people supporting Kathy Hochul, and right down the street there was a booth supporting Lee Zeldin, who was the Republican challenger. And yeah, let's just say some of their supporters kind of came to the Hochul booth, and let's just say like some things almost went down.
Oh, geez.
Like that's why I'm not a fan of politics.
All
like
politicians are corrupt.
we
It doesn't
can't
matter what side
agree
they're
on.
on.
Yeah, definitely.
We can't agree on a single thing these days. But
Yeah.
I do feel like it can work out. I do feel
Yeah,
like
of
people,
course.
I think it's okay to disagree.
as long as
but
we
just
have
respect
civil, as long as we have civil
Yeah.
conversations.
Yeah.
Because I have had a few civil
I
conversations.
I lean left politically, but if I'm on a dating app and it says no Trump supporters, I go, I don't want to date you. Because clearly that's going to be your whole personality.
Clearly,
valid,
she's
you know?
serious about politics.
And I don't like Trump, but her just like saying that
Yeah, why does that have
turns
to
me
be?
off.
Yeah.
It's like, this is your personality? Is like...
Because in your bio, you're supposed to write about yourself. Why
literally
are you
says,
telling me
it's
that?
like hobbies and interests. No Trump.
No
Yeah,
Trump.
what?
Girl, come
That's
on
your
now.
hobby?
My only hobby.
That's how politics have. This is what politics have done to
Politics
us.
have never
Yeah.
been this bad in this country since Trump. And again, I don't even hate Trump, but I don't really care about politics. But I've never seen the
Yep.
country this divided in my lifetime.
No one has.
Chris Rock said
Yeah.
that too.
Well, we could say in the '60s it definitely was very divided, but right now with the whole Nixon and
Well, yeah,
the race
that.
relations and whatnot,
Okay.
But never in our timeline.
yeah.
Okay, so Sandy,
Yeah,
so we
so-
talked about politics. Now moving along. Now, what is next on your list?
Okay, so Antonio kind of stole my second, but don't
My
worry,
fault.
came up with the second one.
Dang,
Because personally,
Antonio, you still
Okay.
really
Really
quick
quick.
seconds.
just really quick, just to give my 2 cents on that, I definitely feel like it's 100% valid to leave as soon as somebody yells at you, as soon as they raise their hand at you, as soon as they start yelling. I don't care if like, oh, everybody makes mistakes. Those, like, I would much rather leave somebody over a mistake than end up being in a position where it's almost impossible for me to leave because of how abusive they become.
That's how it felt.
Unless you're into that, if you like being degraded, that's your thing.
But that's different.
Keep it up.
Make sure you have a safe word.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Banana.
Pineapple.
Oh, you go with pineapple.
Cherries.
Interesting.
But yeah, that was my 2 cents about Antonio's thing because I
Thanks.
definitely feel like it's very, very true.
It is.
But
Thank
my
you, Sandy.
second one.
Oh, wait, that was.
That was
Well,
her.
my
that-
actual second one
Okay,
because
okay.
Antonio stole my second.
Well,
But,
if I had it first, then sorry.
Well, I believe that it's totally okay to leave a relationship if you constantly feel like you have to repeat yourself.
What?
Because
That is true.
Oh, yeah.
like
That's a
I'm
fact.
not a parent,
Oh.
you know. I
Yes.
shouldn't have to constantly say like I don't like it when you do this, this, and that, and like could you do this, this, and this. I shouldn't have to keep repeating myself in that
I'm gonna
way.
have to disagree on that one.
Really?
What?
Relationships are about understanding the other person, and say that may bother you before getting into one, but then you get into one, and then you start telling yourself that you have to do it, but it may be because they just don't like remember things like you do. Like say you have a steel
No,
trap,
and-
and you have to keep reminding him over and over again. And like sure, like it's frustrating at first, but you kind of just like get keen to it. You start.
It's like a
realize,
cork.
It
It's a quirk.
definitely
Yeah.
depends.
I don't
though.
agree. I think
Like
that
the-
you should, if you know that you forget things, you need to find ways to make sure that you'll like remember, like write it down or something. Like you have to
Yeah.
find ways. Yes, people forget things, but
Yeah,
like,
But then I think-
also it depends on the severity of the things that they're forgetting.
True.
Because for
Right.
example, like let's say like me and my partner live together and they forget to lock the door.
Yeah.
Like I'll leave a little note that says don't forget to lock the door
Right,
because that's a different thing. But let's say like I'm personally not a flower person, but let's say that I wanted to get flowers for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And every single time a big event comes up, I never get flowers. Then it would kind of be a little bit more irritating.
Right.
And I'm not saying either for both of the things that I said. For both of the things that I said, it's not all black and white,
Okay.
but definitely,
to extremes.
yeah.
Okay.
I definitely feel like if you constantly feel like you have to repeat yourself for basic things, then I feel like what's the point of being in a relationship since it seems that they don't really want to try in the first place.
Sorry, what were you saying? I wasn't paying attention.
you know what? Get your
Just-
heck out.
Yeah, Justin.
Thank you, Sandy. I agree.
Can you say it again? I really I was
No, you
drawing.
should have
No, we
wrote it
don't.
down. See, you see what
I
can't
should have
do
bought
that.
you flowers and held your hand.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Frankie,
getting
what
serenaded.
are two valid reasons that you think would be good to leave a relationship?
My first valid reason is either your partner being attracted to someone else.
Yes.
That has to be the most valid. What?
That's gotta be the reason. Like, yeah, I mean, that's an obvious.
It is the
I would
reason.
disagree with that
Reason,
Yeah.
because if you're dating someone and you're in love with someone else, why are you?
Yes.
Why are you with them?
I think that's a
Why?
big thing. People that are still like hooked up on their exes.
Oh yeah,
That's a red
yeah.
flag.
Oh,
People who listen
yeah,
right now,
people-
if you're seeing others talking about their ex, no matter any type of situation, oh, my ex always did that, my ex did that, oh, like, this reminds me of my ex. Guys, don't think about it as like, oh, they're saying bad things about their ex. Think about it as they're still thinking about their ex. So that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could still have something going
Yeah,
on.
literally.
You never
Yeah,
know.
definitely.
I still think you could be attracted to somebody else. I mean, when I was in a relationship, I'd see pretty women. It's just if you don't act upon it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You
what?
can't just like turn on these blinders and be
Yeah.
like, everyone else is ugly.
But what Frank said was, if you're in love with
yeah.
someone, he didn't say if you find them attractive.
No, he did
No,
at
he
first,
definitely
but
did.
then
Yeah, well,
he
yeah.
corrected himself.
Well, attractive, love, like it can kind of like be the same
Yeah,
thing sometimes.
I get it.
What the hell was that sound?
I disagree in sound.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think those are really two different things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but I do agree with the like if you're in love with someone else, I'm leaving it.
Yeah,
there's
100%.
no way that relationship's gonna work if you're.
When I was in the
No
relationship
reason.
with my ex, I was at Yankee Stadium and I was walking, and this really attractive girl walked by.
Oh,
But she was
wow.
wearing a Yankees jersey, and I wanted to see whose name was on the back of the jersey. 'Cause I know a lot of
Don't even.
They might sit there and tell a fib.
What happens to you?
First of all, a lot of Yankees jerseys don't have the names on it. They're just numbers because that's how they do it. But a lot of the times these newer jerseys do have the name. So I turned around, did like a full 180. My ex,
Broke her neck.
she would not talk to me for the entire trip back from the Bronx.
Okay.
That's a long ride.
But that's the thing. A lot of
Valid.
people could just jump and immediately get mad instead of having a conversation.
Yeah.
It's like she could have talked to you saying like, hey, Justin, like that made me really uncomfortable. Can you explain why you did that? Instead of just ignoring you for the whole trip.
Was that Paul O'Neill jersey? Was that Tino Martinez? Like I didn't see the
Like,
number.
she
Who
didn't
the
even
hell was it?
ask about the
Yeah.
name. Come on.
But let's see a different perspective here. Sometimes it goes deeper than that. She probably got a lot of trauma there. Maybe her
Oh, she
last
does.
boyfriend did something like that, and then you just brought up something else.
Well,
Oh, that's actually a good thought.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Hey,
that does make
but she
sense.
needs to
Trauma
handle that though.
schwama.
She got to handle
Yeah,
that.
of course. Because why would you take that out on the new person that you're dating? That's why
Right.
you're dating a new person.
Although Justin, I don't think he was looking for no jersey.
LOL.
Okay, so what's next on your list, Frankie?
I don't 100% agree with this, but I do believe that this could be a valid reason. Not liking the same things.
In what aspect?
Like if
Sexually?
Okay.
And what
Justin.
No,
aspect,
like-
Frank?
like is she are you two sports fans, or are you two
Nerds,
do you two
geeks,
enjoy
dweebs.
yeah,
Same
pretty much like
music.
that.
Weebs.
Like if you're not into the same stuff, I can see how that could be valid. Like if you have nothing in common.
Oh, yes.
But if you
I
have
disagree.
if you have something, you disagree with
Yep.
everything, Antonio.
Think about it. Yin and yang. Sometimes you have opposites and they attract.
Opposites
Yeah, but the
Opposites
thing
attract.
is-
It's a Paul
Yeah.
Abdul song.
Yeah, but the thing is, it just doesn't make sense. Like, sure, like it's a cute like movie trope, but but along from you guys initially getting together, how can you two connect? Sure, you can try and show them like your things,
That's
but
what
in the
happened.
end,
That's exactly what I was getting
they
to,
won't get
because
it.
we could, try the things. We could try the things I like. We can try the things she likes. Like,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I've mentioned this before. I'm big into skiing. I love skiing.
Yeah.
If I'm dating a girl that isn't really too big into skiing, she can give it a try. Like I could take her to the slopes,
It could be cute.
teach her. Yeah, it could be a
Yeah.
great experience, or it could kind of be like how it went when my dad taught my mom.
Yeah.
Terrible.
yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, but then what if she doesn't like it? Then that's a huge part of your life that you can't share with her.
Then it
Because
could
then,
still
yeah.
possibly
I don't know.
work out.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
my
she-
dad.
your
should try
opinion,
though.
Frank,
Here's the
you're
thing, because
supposed
my
to
dad
sit
also loves skiing, and he tried to teach my mom, and it didn't really go so well. My mom never got on skis again, but
Right.
my dad
Yeah.
still did it from time to time. He even taught me and my sister too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I think
So
that
it
can
could
just
still
stay
work.
your thing. Like if you try it and you don't like it, that's fine. At least you
Yeah.
try. Like that means a lot to me.
Yeah, but if you have nothing, like absolutely
Yeah, it's not-
not one thing in common, I don't see it working.
Yeah, personally, I don't believe in opposites attract.
Really? Like, Sandy,
Really?
Slightly.
I see what you mean, Sandy,
Really?
but like, what if they didn't like it? Like, for example, like, my girlfriend loves anime, and so, like, she tried to get me into anime, and, like, I made fun of her for it, because, like, I just like making fun of anybody for anything. I think it's really funny.
Yeah.
And so, like, I was watching this anime, and, like, I wasn't really getting into it as much, But then I was like, you know what? Like, let me try another anime because maybe like there's a reason why this is so popular. So then I got into an anime and I started watching that one. I'm like, okay, so now I see what you mean. Like, you know what I mean? I told her about it, and then that way, like, I started getting into more what she likes. And for example, like, she doesn't really know anything about sports, and I'm a big sports guy.
Yeah.
I watch football and like, basketball and stuff, and like it's always funny to like try to explain to her what's going on because she's actually interested. Like she wants to understand it the way I see it.
Yeah.
Just because she has a little brother who also watches basketball a lot, so like it kind of makes sense why like we don't know about each other's things nor are we interested in them, but you get to like teach them about it, and like that way is kind of like kind of nice.
I get that, and it's the same thing in my relationship. Like there are a lot of things that my partner's into that I'm not into personally. Like for example, Star Wars, and like it's fun to learn about those things, but there has to be a limit. If you two are on two completely different ends of the spectrum, how could you two possibly connect after a while?
I guess in that way,
because you can only teach someone so much, and if they are really, really into it, then how are you going to have like actual genuine conversations?
What's like an example of that though? Like how big of an opposite would they have to be? Like, because I feel like there's nothing that two people don't really have in common. There's no way you meet two people that don't have one thing in common.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that's what she means by like it wouldn't work. Like if there's like nothing at all.
I think that's something that would come along before you even commit to a relationship. Like I wouldn't get into a relationship if I'm not vibing with the person. You got to know these sort of things before going on. After 4 or 5 dates, you could sort of get a sense like, okay, we'd have nothing in common. This is not going to work out.
Yeah,
I was just literally had that. I called it off with somebody because I did not feel we were vibing.
Went through with it?
I did. I went through with it. I told her I'm not ready to date. Which
That's
is a lie.
fair, though.
It's a lie.
But some people do stay in relationships just for the sake of having a relationship.
And I was like that.
Yep.
I was like that. I was miserable in my relationship for a couple of months towards the end of it, and I was just it was one breaking point, and I just called it off. I wasn't going to settle for whatever reason just because it's what a lot of people do my age. They stay in a relationship. No, I'm not happy. I'm in fact miserable. You make me hate my life, so like I'm leaving you. I'm sorry. Peace out.
Peace out.
Real.
Doubt.
Quick update though. Me and Antonio's dad, we're now friends on Facebook, on the Instagrams, actually. Yeah.
That's so romantic.
I accepted his request.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yo, Pops, if you're listening, you finally accepted it. There you go.
Yeah,
Keep
Justin.
listening.
I love his profile. It says "Proud Father." It's a picture of Antonio.
Hey, Antonio, your father's so proud of you.
Yes.
Look at that.
He'll
calls
probably
me
be proud
Champ.
of you too, Justin, once
I
you
hope
two
so.
start going out.
I don't have a dad, so maybe Antonio's dad could be my new dad.
that would be so romantic.
Yeah, we're close brothers, but yeah. That's
So-
We
hilarious.
could be stepbros.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I got stuck in the washing machine again.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, brother.
So, Frank, thank you for your answers. They were really good. Really, really good.
Thank you.
Doesn't
Really,
sound like
really,
you
really
believe
good.
that, or you're like you're
Really, why do you
procrastinating
keep
and trying to
repeating
find
it?
something because she's looking for something. I'm
I'm
calling
not
her.
looking for anything.
Oh, please.
I'm not looking for
come
anything,
on.
Justin. You
Okay.
always think you know everything.
I do.
Just stop it.
All right. So what's your reasons why?
My 2 reasons is if you don't like cats. Anybody that don't like cats, I'm not going to talk to you for an extended amount of time because I've
a
dealt
big
with guys.
Yeah,
in the
that's
past.
actually pretty big.
What?
That's a
valid.
big one.
Not liking cats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
That's
I remember
valid.
I talked to some guys and he would make fun of trying to run the cat over. And I would be like,
Whoa.
There's no joke
Nope.
there.
It's
Whoa.
pretty funny.
you know what? No, I'm so serious. I would get so mad and be like if you don't like, because cats are so like harmless. I'm not gonna say it. Some people have gotten attacked by cats.
Yeah,
But
of
something was
course.
wrong with them.
I heard they never
But
got...
people have also been attacked by dogs. Like
Yeah.
one time, my friend's
Yeah,
jungle
dogs
bit off my
attack.
nail.
Mr. Worldwide really made some like mean things to me on Twitter. I'm not gonna lie, like Pitbull, like Mr. Worldwide.
Oh
Hotel
my
Motel.
gosh.
Yeah.
I'm about to say
Bada bing,
people.
bada boom.
But yeah, if you don't like cats, I'm not gonna talk to
All
you.
That's
type of
so
cats.
valid.
What about big cats?
Like tigers?
Tigers and lions.
But those are
And
different.
big?
Like
They're
Those
cats.
aren't house
those
cats.
I'm talking about domesticated
Oh,
house
He's
cats.
talking about house
Even-
cats.
Or even like the wild cats outside that walk around, like that don't have homes,
Yeah, the
undomesticated.
feral ones?
Yeah, the feral cats.
Yeah, there's a
like,
lot of those in my
especially
neighborhood.
those. I don't like when people try to hit them and stuff like that or make
Who
fun
tries
of
to
them.
why
hit
do
them?
people try
Who would
to-
try?
Who are you hanging out
Who
with?
are you with? Like
No, I don't
Sid
hang
from
out with
like
them
Toy
anymore.
Story?
Last
I don't
week,
hang out with them.
who would try to hit a cat? Last week, a cat ran right in front of my car, and I slammed on the brakes hard
Yeah,
to
Wait a
avoid
minute,
it.
I don't
Hank.
care.
I
Wait a
did
minute.
whatever I could to avoid hitting that
My
cat.
biggest fear is hitting a cat. The moment that I hit a cat is the moment that I will
Wait, what about a
burn
dog,
my
though?
driver's license.
But
You never see
say
dogs.
outside like that. Like
I feel like a dog would be even worse though because
They're so
you don't
big.
really
There's
see
no-
stray
yeah.
dogs.
And you'd hear
No,
it.
you don't.
I don't like that. I would have to throw up. I
That
would
would
have
be
to
so
I would
dramatic.
have to run myself over after that. I don't think I'd be able to continue living.
Run myself over.
Yeah, so the cats is one. And then the next one is if your junk in the trunk is always out. If I see it,
The crack?
yes.
Oh.
If
plumber's
I
crack?
see that,
Oh,
I'm not
boy.
going to
That's kind of hot though, don't you think?
My
My bad.
So you're saying Jason Momoa, you're dating him and his butt crack is
turn me
constantly
off. It's
showing?
gonna make me cringe. I'm not gonna want to talk to you anymore.
Even for Jason Momoa?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
to you.
To me, yes.
What,
So,
you like
yes.
butt cracks, Justin?
I do, yes. Who doesn't? I like Jason Momoa as well. He's a good actor.
Have
He's a
you
good looking
seen
dude.
his junk in the trunk?
I probably have in Aquaman. I think he's naked in half the movie.
But that's different
Why is it different?
because you see his whole body.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not just like.
Again with the fat shaming
Oh,
once
boy.
again. At the end of the day, we found out
Dang.
Destiny is in fact fat phobic. This has been a great show.
There's something you need to
Fatphobia
admit
at
to us.
WHPC.
You need to admit something to us, Destiny.
You're gonna have to expose you on Twitter.
I'm gonna admit something that I never said that, and my real supporters out there know that did not come out of my mouth. Now, did it?
Why does it say also on your list of things that you wouldn't want them to eat McDonald's? Why does it say that?
No Taco Bell,
You
no
see-
Wendy's.
Hey, am I seeing that right? Does that say no? No Chick-fil-A?
Wow.
Oh yeah, no Chick-fil-A. I do not like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
It's
honestly, me
absolutely
neither.
disgusting.
But like, I'm just
So
trying to
how
get
you
fast.
over here You know what? I can't.
I'm just trying to get fast food examples here. No Popeyes.
Oh, I love Popeyes. I don't like McDonald's though.
All right, bro.
Wow.
All right, bro.
Because
Yeah.
you're a clown.
Wow. Hatred lives here at WHPC.
No, I'm full of love.
Hatred welcomed here at 90.3.
WHPC.
Always welcome.
We hate people.
We'd be best
No,
friends.
we do not.
That's
we
what
do
it stands
not
for.
Support
We
hate.
hate people. Cool.
But what's the?
No, I don't like that.
Now, what do you think it should stand for?
We hate puny children.
No,
Jeez.
no.
Sandy.
that.
Drink your milk.
I don't want to.
Okay, let's get into the woman who went viral. So, this woman went viral because she ended her relationship based on the fact that she didn't want kids and her partner did.
I was going to say this. I was literally going to say
My
this.
body, my choice. My body, my choice.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
I think you just have to just be with a flexible person. If you're
Oh, yeah.
you
Very
a flexible person who doesn't care whether they want children or not. Like if they have it, they don't mind. If they don't want to have them, they don't mind either.
But the thing is, I feel like you have to be pretty set in your way because I wouldn't want to have a kid just to have a kid, and
Right.
I'm not prepared.
Right.
You know, I haven't done because a lot of people just have kids just to have kids. I'm just I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, they're
You know,
not prepared for it.
A lot of people don't prepare for it. A lot of people have a lot of trauma that they don't want to fix. They have a lot of unhealthy parenting methods, and they just don't want to fix them. They just have kids just to have kids. So I definitely feel like. Well, I don't think you should really be in the middle and being like, oh, I can have kids or I can't have kids. Because the thing is, like, you know, do you really want to be a parent if you don't know if you want to be a parent?
oh, wait,
barely.
I also
Yeah.
had another one on my list, and that's if I like you too much, I'm not going to want to talk to you anymore.
Oh.
If you like someone too much,
Yeah, because then I'm going to think you did something. Like if I'm busy throughout the entire day and I still find time to think about you too much, it's something wrong. So
Yeah.
That's why you got to follow
could
the
be.
porn stars on the Twitter. Then you
no,
have
there's no reason to do
Absolutely
that.
Okay, Justin.
Justin,
Yes.
who do you follow? Can you tell us? Give us one example.
April O'Neil.
This show makes those early morning classes a little easier to deal with.
And poor chlorophyll is caught in the middle of this.
Chlorophyll? More like borophyll.
It's the Nassau Morning Madhouse.
90.3 WHPC.